Hello guys and girls and welcome back. It's Big John here. My at's at the bottom of the screen if you want to listen to my music. And today I'm going to be teaching you how you can make 10 pips a day. That's 10 pips a day. Or you could say 10 pips a trade. It's going to be on a schedule of up to 30 days or 30 trades. And the aim is to get from £55 or dollars to £5,000 or dollars, going up each day in lot size as you progress with your 10 pips a day. That's all you're catching, 10 pips. If anyone is asking, stop loss sizes should be on 10 pips as well. And if you do fail a day, I would suggest you just continue the same day or go back down a day. There is no rush on this. You don't have to do 30 days exact or 30 trades exactly. Do it in your own pace, but the whole point is once you get good at it, you're going to be able to always turn $50 into 5K. And that's the real challenge there. So I hope you guys and girls are going to love this one. And yes, it's a bit of a long video, but stay tuned to the end because at the end there is a sheet that explains which lot sizes you should take on each trade. So make sure you pay attention to that one. So let's go straight into it. So what I have here is Tradingview. That's the platform I'm using where I do my analysis. So I use this to have my indicators or anything I might be using, which I'll go on to MetaTrader to place my trade, but I'll use Tradingview to do my analysis, if we put it that way, before I enter a trade. The first indicator I'll be using is the Pip Hunter base overlay. I'm going to go through all the indicators and I'm just going to show you my settings. I'm going to go through my settings slowly. I'm going to switch them all on and then switch them off. I'll try and do a little explanation of what they are as well as I'm switching them on and off as well. So this is my Pip Hunter baseline overlay and these are the settings. I'm going to scroll through them slowly so you can see. Please feel free to copy all of these settings the way I've got them set up at the moment. That's in the inputs tab. This is my style tab. This is what I've got switched on and what I have switched off at the moment. And now this is trading hours. What trading hours is going to show me is when London session opens and closes and when New York session opens and closes. You'll always notice that there's a decent move in between them on most currency pairs. It will either be London and New York or London, not New York, or New York, not London. It will do something like that, either or. So I just have it in the background so it shows me visually while I'm doing my technical analysis that, oh, London session's opened or New York session's opened, etc. My green and blue color is London session. My grey and yellow color is New York session, and these are the settings. So these are the settings for New York. New York is here. I'm not saying New York just because of what it says here. This is for the whole of the New York session, the grey and the yellow. So make sure you just put it exactly like this. And this is what I have for the background color. So you can see the settings I have there. Cool. And this is for my London session, which is the green and the blue inputs here. Look at this. Make sure you copy it exactly the same as I have it all of the times. And then the style here, so you can see the colors. I've got one of these greens. You can use any green. Just use a green. Make sure the 20 is on the opacity. Background color as well. Any of the blues you can use. Just make sure the opacity is 20. And okay. And then I'm going to switch on the auto Fibonacci. It's going to seem like there's a few indicators and you can take some off as you get used to what you're doing here. But one of the major ones I would keep on. You don't have to keep trading hours on once you get used to this, but I'm just showing you so you can see every day where something happens in each session. Auto Fibonacci, everything is left on default on Auto Fibonacci, so I don't really need to go through that. I haven't changed anything. And then I've got Pip Hunter Momentum Extreme. And then I've got Pip Hunter Trend Scale. There we go. So I'm going to open up my chart now. I'm going to zoom in. What I'm actually using here is, this is a 1 hour TEMA line. So you'll see in the settings, I'll go back to the settings just so you can see what I'm saying, which is this one here. This TEMA line here, this is on 1 hour. That's what I have. So it's showing me a 1 hour trend on a 15-minute chart. That's what I'm using right now. So here, I would not have entered my trade here. As soon as I've come into this market today, the main things I'm going to be looking for is to look at where price is on the Fibonacci, which is at the top, which is near the 100. So I should only be looking for a sell. Also at the same time, I'm looking to see the multi-time frame indicator, which I can see here. When it's red, that means there's time frames are sinking to the bearish side. When it's green, it means time frames are sinking to the bullish side. I will go over to Pip Hunter Momentum Extreme and show you the settings I have in there. So in this, I haven't changed anything else here. All I have changed is the time frames, which is I've changed my time frame 1 to 15, time frame 2 to 30, time frame 3 to 60, time frame 4 to 240, time frame 5 to 720, time frame 6 to daily, which is the D. Nothing else. Maybe some of the settings you might make them brighter. I've changed some of my colors here. These are my colors on this one, and I changed it from a wave to a column. So I've changed it to, instead of being an area, I've changed it to column, and I've just made sure all my opacities are on 100, just to make sure the colors are bright. I've changed my colors as well to this, so you can just see. I'll just do this for you so you can see. I just made sure that one was 100, and this one here, and that's all I've done there. And then pretty much for the trend scout, I've done the same thing. I've left all the input settings as default, and I've just changed this from, it could be this, or it might be on this, depends what you have it on. I've just changed it to columns, and then I've made this once again opacity, everything onto 100%. That's what I've basically done there. Cool. So let's get onto the strategy of this, because I have to go through the settings first and make sure everyone's clear on that. Okay, so my strategy is literally to come in, make sure price is either at the top of a Fibonacci or at the bottom of a Fibonacci. That's what I'm looking for. And then I'm looking for my my TEMA to be in sync with the trend. So if it's at the top, I want it to be red. I want price to be underneath it, and I want to be looking for a sell on that market, that individual currency pair instrument you might be trading. If it's below, I want it to turn green, and I want it to be above. So I'll show you something like this. So you can see this is a bullish one. So this is how it would be looking for me if it's bullish, and this is how it would be looking if it's bearish. With the new Pip Hunter update, which is excellent, what Taylor's actually done, he's created RSIs in the candles, which they change to tell you that there's strength and momentum in that direction. If it's bullish, it will be a grayish black color, whichever color you would like to call this, but I call this more gray, and it will be going up to tell you, look, as you can see, there's strength there. If it's white, it's bearish going down. So that's why some of my candles are, you're going to see the green ones turning grey and the red ones turning white. So what I would look for here, at the top of my list, right here, I'm saying, okay, AUD, USD, I come in for a trading day today. I see it's at the top of a Fibonacci level. I'm going to be looking for a sell. So for me to execute a sell, I would see that the TEMA line is now red. I see I have a red star here. I've seen my first red candle here. I've seen my white candle. Now from here, I could enter here if I wanted to, because I've got a level 3 on my time frame down here. I've got red on my Pip Hunter Momentum Extreme, and I've also got red, full red color, all of this, on my Trend Scout as well at the same time. So I could enter here, but safely I could enter on this next one here and take these candles going down. And how many pips is that? And there you go. In 1 hour, that was 31 pips, more than my 10 pips that I need. 10 pips is all we need, remember that. Yeah. And again, on the day, so I could remember, once you get to 10 pips, put your stop loss at 10 pips. If it knocks you out of the trade, it knocks you out. If it keeps dropping or keeps going up, by all means, that's great. But just make sure you're just aiming for 10 pips. That's what we're doing. I'm going to put a sheet at the end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned to that to be able to see what I'm explaining by the 10 pip challenge. Here again, you had another trade here for another 30 pips, as you can see. So you would have got in here. So in order of how I'd enter this trade, this one seen right here is at the top of a fib. I've seen the red star appear. I've seen this white. I've seen this white RSI candle appear. I've seen this turn red on this candle here. I've seen my momentum is in a full bearish side. I've seen my trend is in a full bearish side, and I've got a level 3 time frame move here, which shows me 3 time frames are in sync for me to be able to take this trade, and I would have held that trade. And then similar here, you have the same thing that happens here. Let's just get this off. You have the same thing that happens here. You have a star. Let's just get this out of your way so you can see what I'm saying. You have a star. You have your white candle. Look, level 3 move. You've got your momentum, trend, and then look, you would enter on this candle here. You would have took this down again. So like that. So I'm just going to go through the pairs to show you that this works with many different instruments. Another little handy tip I would have done on the beginning of this day is I would have clicked right here at the top on Tradingview. I would have turned this to red, saying I'm looking for a bearish move. Yeah. Here. Now, I wouldn't have traded this already, I can see, because this was not clearly above the green line. I could have traded from here, where it was clearly above the green line, but I was looking for it to be above the green line from down here, realistically. But if you wanted to, and you wanted to be a bit more of a riskier trader, you could have, because you had your confluences. You had a green star, you had your 3 time frame levels. It was at a decent enough level on the fib, which was 61. Yeah. And only here I was looking for a buy. So in this market today, I would have come in. I would have made sure from when I got in from the morning here, I would have set this to bullish color for me to know the sticker. And then I'm just waiting for everything to line up. So I'll see here. Here, I would have got in here. And there you go. That was like 30 pips going up. There you go. And we'll just move on to the next one. So this one here, straight away, you can see from the start of market open, this is when this is your trading day. From this green part here in the background, I would have gone in here. I would have changed this to red. And I'm just looking for my sell. I haven't seen my red star yet. Green star appears. I've seen my red star appear here. I've seen this one here. I've seen this candle for an entry. I'm looking down. I see it. I'm below the TMA. I'm seeing a level. I'm seeing the first white candle here, which is telling me there's momentum. Can enter on the second one. I'm seeing 3 time frames are in sync. Trend, momentum and trend are in sync. That was there. Perfect for me to go. Would have made 40 pips if I entered that trade. Simple like that. You could have entered again. Red star here. Look, everything starts to click in. You could have entered maybe about this candle. Could have got more pips if you want to. You don't even have to trade multiple pairs. You could trade one if you want to. But I'm just showing you how many different pairs you can go through with this. Again, same thing underneath the TEMA line. I want it to be clear for everyone. So here I would have marked it as red when I started the day from here. I would have noticed I'm just waiting for a sell. I would have got my star here. Next candle here. 3 lines to look. See, white candle, star, white candle. Got in on this one. Look, 3 time frames in sync. Momentum in sync. Trend in sync. Full sync. Would have got in right here. Would have took those pips. Could have got in here again. Took those pips here. Again. Yeah. Again. Here, this one, this is gold. Now, another position. I wouldn't have been looking to trade anywhere just here, just yet. Haven't seen no star, so I wouldn't have traded there. Notice how there was no green star, so this one wouldn't have happened. And plus, price was not clearly above the TEMA line. Wasn't. Even though it was at the bottom, wasn't clearly above it. So the only one I would have possibly traded is when it started to get into here. Maybe safer zone would have been here. I could have traded here first. If that was my first initial one, which was at least 50 pips, that would have got me something. I had my star, I had my TEMA line was correct. I had my trend, I had my 3 time frames, I had my momentum. They were all in check. And then again, I had another entry here. So if I was waiting on gold, this is gold. I know it's a gold YouTube channel, so people can see how it reacts with gold. You just have to make sure with gold, price is clearly above the TEMA line or clearly below. Make sure those time frames, momentum, and trend is in sync. People asking how I trade gold, that's what I do. Do not trade it if it's not clearly above, because you could have traded here. You could have traded right here, and then you still could have got pips around this area. But obviously, as you can see, it drew back on you 50 pips. You don't want that. Yeah. Anyone asking for what your stop loss should be, I usually put my stop loss at either 10 pips or 20 pips. If the trader's gone against you 10 pips, I would say, then it was a losing trade with good leverage size. Don't over leverage. You know, stick to your plan, and you should be fine. Obviously, as you go deeper and deeper in the plan, you do not have to go from day 1 to day 30 in one go. You might stay on day 10 for 5 days. It doesn't matter. The whole point is for you to learn how to do this. If you want, demo test this strategy to learn how to do this. But on gold, you would have got in here. This was your best entry and you could have took that up basically. Remember, we only want 10 pips and this was already like 89 pips. Yeah. Again, with gold, you can see here, did the same thing. Above it, 3 time frames in sync, everything in sync. There, you had your star. You could have got that one the day before. Again, here with gold, look here. Above it, you might not have got in here. Even if you got in here, could have still took it. You see? Does it with gold. Again, you have to wait for price to clearly be above it. We're only trading the blue would have, look here. This is a sell on gold. See, you would have seen this one, would have got here on gold, would have made these going down. Just as gold, that's why I'm going into loads of different ones. If you would like me to do a video on just gold, showing you this technique, I have no problem. Just let me know in the comments below and I'll hopefully get one out for you for next week. You know, if you do want one, let me know. I have to keep going through pairs because I want everyone to know, because they always ask me, can I trade this on everything else? And I want it to be clear. I know it's going to be a long video, but I want it to be clear. Here we go. Here's silver, same thing, when price is clearly above. So you could have traded around about here. Let's just wait for that. Yep. Could have traded here. You could have got those pips there. You could have traded here. Yep. Here's SP 500, which is a nice one to trade. Look here, trade here. You could have gotten on this candle here. Could have took this down for the sell. And once again, if you want to set the stickers, you just set it up here. Remember, you just set it to the color. I would have known this is a bearish day that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a bearish sell because it's right at the top of the fib. Yeah. There you go. Again, US 30, top of the fib, bearish day. From as soon as I've come in, first thing when I'm doing my analysis before the trade, I've made sure I put my sticker here so I know what I'm looking at when I'm going through these pairs. And then here again, could have got in right here. Let's say could have got in here, could have took this down. There you go. Bitcoin even. Bitcoin moves a bit different with the sessions, but you could get certain things. You could have got this big drop on Bitcoin here that went all the way down. Crazy. I don't even know how to read Bitcoin. I don't really trade Bitcoin, but for all the Bitcoin lovers, could have got Bitcoin with this strategy as well, just to let you know. Yeah, could have got a buy on Bitcoin here. Yeah, I would usually only buy Bitcoin. I wouldn't really only I wouldn't sell it. I'd wait for a setup. But here again, look perfect. 3 time frames, seeing this clearly. As soon as I see something, could have got in here. Could have got this all the way up here. There you go. That's that. We're going to go through this one here. It's at the top of the fib, so I'm looking for a selling day. So I would have wanted to get in around when it came through. So I wouldn't have got in here. No, it's a bearish day. We would have waited for our red star. Red star came in here. We would have got in here. If we didn't get in on this candle here, we would have got in. If we didn't get in here because it wasn't clear, we could have got in on this candle and still took it down. And that was 60 pips. Like, I'm giving you people the source right now. Pip Hunter. If you want to subscribe to it, it's £30 a month. The lifetime and yearly plans are there at the moment, but they will be going soon. Pip Hunter is an amazing unit once you learn how to trade with it. There are many different strategies people have, but this is one of them that I've just come across because I've been really quiet on YouTube lately because I'm trying to figure out as many strategies as possible so I can teach you guys and girls realistic strategies and something that doesn't seem too complicated. I'm hoping this doesn't come across as too complicated because you're literally just coming in on a day and you're going through several pairs and then you just look for the best setup. This is a good setup here, as you can see. You would have come in, you was waiting for your green star appeared here. You say, yeah, price was underneath, so it's either I'm going to come back to this later or not. So personally, what I would have done, because I'm waking up from this time, around 6 or 7, I would have just put this as a blue. And then I would have been revisiting this later on, because there was other trades I could have got that were much more clearer. But if I came back to this one and I saw this was available for me to possibly take a trade, I would have seen that there was in a position around about here. Could have got in from here, took this up. That was 24 pips. Even if I could stay in the trade because with Pip Hunter, I'll show you why you can stay in the trade in a second. Even though it went back on me to about 7 pips, could have stayed in it and took it all the way up here. And that was 80 pips almost. With Pip Hunter, you don't have to leave a trade realistically until the momentum and the trend weaken together. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Weakening together is here. So this, you will see what I'm saying. So imagine this now has come down. Yep, cool. Then you stayed in this trade, you stayed in this trade, you stayed in this trade, you stayed in this trade. Now, this one right here, would have been your time to say, okay, it's time for me at this candle close. You say, okay, it's time for me to exit this trade because it's flipped completely, both of them, into the other direction. This is why I say it's always good to have both, which comes in the subscription package. There we go. And then we move on to the next one. So we can go through these pairs. I'm trying to not make this video too long, but we can go through these pairs. We can go through these pairs. As you can see here, same thing again. You see, you wouldn't got this star here. Even though it was a nice entry, you wouldn't have got there. You would have got this star here. Brilliant. And then you would have took this one down. bacd. And then you could have took that to where you needed to. You had all your confluences there. You know the confluences by now. Look, underneath the baseline, the red TEMA line, star. You had your white candle here. So even if you didn't want to get caught up in this little silly consolidation, this is what this is showing you. So you could have got in on this second white candle here. You would have powered your way straight down 20 pips in like 15 minutes. That's crazy. That's double what I'm telling you. To gain 15 minutes, you would have got that. Cool. Bottom of the fib, I'm looking for the line to be green. So remember, if it's at the top of the fib, you want to sell. You want to sell on that day. You want a good sell opportunity. If it's at the bottom of the fib, you want a good buy opportunity, and that's what this is showing you. So it wasn't there. It wasn't ready. I could have now. What I would have done is I would have put this on my blue list, and then I would have revisited it later. Which there you go. As you can see, you had good entry. Even if you didn't get in here, you would have waited, and then you could have seen, yep, it looks like there's a good entry for me here. Let me get in and buy this. And you could have bought this up again. Now here's a good example. This is why I want to go through so many different pairs. Yeah, because you had your red star all the way here. You're not selling this until you see another red star and your other confluences. But if you did stay in this trade and you did think, hey, let me get into this one anyway. Yeah, your main confluence you could have had, you still could have had one here. Got in on this one. How many pips was that? That one candle was still at least 14 pips. But if you held that trade, yeah, it did bounce back, did all of this, didn't go against you 20 pips, and it still managed to drop by the end of the day. If you were just patient, 60 pips. You don't want 60 pips, you only want 10. If you see 10, take your money, put your stop loss, cut it. That's it. Simple. If you feel like it was a trade that you wanted to, yeah, you could take it. But me personally, I wouldn't have taken this trade because I can see that I haven't seen none of my stars. I've seen the star appeared here, so I was waiting for another green star. A green star should have appeared somewhere around here. If it appeared, that would have been more confidence for me to say, okay, because the green star should have appeared maybe here, then a red one here, and this would have been a better trade for me to just take for that day. That was like 50 pips. But it didn't, so guess what? I left it. It's that simple. You don't have to trade everything. That's why I'm going through all the pairs. Here we go. Here's a different one. Red one here, but I haven't seen no green one. You should see a red one like this. See, red, green, red. Haven't seen no green one yet at the moment. So, yeah, I would have just been leaving that trade. I would have left that. Once again, I would have put something like this on a blue saying possible. It's a possible sell. And that's all I would have literally done. I'd have just left it like that. You see? I have to trade everything. So it's telling me all the JPY pairs were, there was something about them. You could have got pips, but you might have had to been in the trade for a long time. Would have left that. Again, would have left that. Aha, now here's what I'm talking about. This is good. I'm glad you see this one here. So look, red here, but then you're thinking, this is long. What's going on? What's happening? Nothing. Cool. Then you would have left it. But then on this one, you saw a green star here. So this is your confirmation that, okay, I've just got, if I still want to trade this one, I've got to wait for a red star. Then what do you see? You see a red star. See, I did not lie. I did not lie. I've gone through the pairs and I'm seeing this with you guys and girls. Yeah, you see a red star. Then after the red star, you see this white candle here. Yeah. White candle, level 3, momentum trend, all full again, all full in my favor. Would have took this down. That was about 13 pips all the way down to the 0. Now this isn't the strongest amount of pips, but still good enough. That's your 10 pips there. Same thing again here. See, there, red star. See, I'm not lying to you. This is 10 pips, 10 pips, easy money. I'm going through all of these, so no one can say that they can't see it. It's going to be a long video. Well, it's a weekend for me right now, so I want everyone to be able to chill and watch this long ass video. I want everyone to be able to chill and watch this video. Look, this one I would have left because the green candle only came here, so I would have left that one. Here, nope, price didn't look good enough for me. It was in the middle. I want it to be at the very bottom of the fib or the very top of the fib for me to say I want to trade this. I would have just left that for the day. As you can see as well, this is how it helps me. It's clear consolidation. Look, it went up, it got confused, it went down. If you know how to trade these things, maybe on lower time frames you could, but I don't need that headache. Look how many pairs I've shown you. I don't need this headache. Leave that. Now this one looks a bit better for you. As you can see, price has come above it. Look here, you got this. This was your entry point here, around here. You could have got in on this one. Look, boom. Look at that. Remember, your exit point is 10 pips. Don't worry about how long you need to hold the trade for here. Once you put 10 pips, you can either exit the trade and say, I don't really need it. Or what you can do is trail your stop. So you keep making your stop loss go higher and higher and putting your stop loss more and more into the profit you are. So if it stops you out at 15 pips, it's there. If it stops you out at 20 pips, you made 20 pips, etc. Again, this is NAS 100. Look at it, it's perfect. I would have known that. Yeah, I'm looking for a sell today. Look, star came here, this came here. Seen this is flipped over now. I would have got in on this candle. Full trend momentum here as well. Look, all the way down. That's NAS 100. Would have caught 150 pips almost. Yeah. USD CHF, I would have left that. Look at that. Look at it. It's in between price. Consolidation. I don't want none of that. Yeah, this is a bit better for me. You can see that this one came up here. Was looking for a sell as well. See, I've gone through all these pairs. And you can see I'm not lying. This is what the market does. And this is why I say put the trading hours in the background with the fib. You're going to know these are the sessions. This is where price is with technical analysis. It's at the top of the fib or it's at the bottom of the fib. Okay, if I'm waiting for it to go from the top of the fib down, which it should do at some point, this is what happens. You've just got the other indicators to show you that it's definitely happening. This is why I say indicators are not terrible. You just got to know how to use them. It might take you longer to figure out sometimes. Yeah, but once you do put a certain amount together, which Pip Hunter is amazing to do, then you're going to know exactly where your trade is going. And then look here. Goes all the way down. You see? Same thing again. Start here. Starts to come under the baseline. It wasn't under it perfectly here, so you might have said, okay, let me wait a bit, let me wait. Oh, you could have just got in here. He was at the top of the fib as well, so the chances are, with especially that fact that this is turned white, you're not going to see one of these at the top of a fib turn white and then turn the normal color it should be, which is red, and then turn green and go the other way. It just doesn't really do that. It's not common to do that, especially if you've got 3 time frames with you, full trend and momentum. You had more than enough confidence to say this is good enough for me, and you could have just got in here and then took this all the way down, more than 10 pips. But here we haven't seen another star, so we saw a star here. We haven't. I'm waiting for a green star first. We didn't see no green star. If I don't see no green star, I wouldn't have taken this trade. I would have just left it. It was up to you whether you said, I'm patient today. You know what? I'm going to put a smaller lot size on this one because I can see it's one of these ones, possibly. You will learn it. As you keep doing it, you'll learn what they look like, your setups, and then if you did wait, this was a lot of pips. On this pair, like I said before, I would have waited for a green star. Haven't seen a green star to follow by another red star for it to shoot down. The red star preferably would have been like here, and then I would have been able to catch these pips going down there. But if you don't see it, you don't see it. That's why I'm going through all the pairs. And we're here. Let's see. No, this one I would have left this one. This one I would have left this one. No star. This one here, I would have possibly taken this one. And if I did take this one, my entry was around here. Look, green star. Look, up there. More than 10 pips. Like, we can see this. Just trying to make sure I will go through all of these pairs with you. Yep, no green star here, so I would have left this one. Nope, this was not nice. It wasn't above or below. And this is the last pair I'm going to do. And then here, yep, look, see, green star here. Wait for that to load up. There you go. I had the symbol here. I could have took this and I could have took this all the way up. So as you can see, guys and girls, this is what it is. Like, it's that simple. You want to make sure as soon as you come in the day, as soon as it goes to the green part, you're looking, if it's at the top of the fib, you're looking to sell. Here it was at the bottom of the fib, you're looking to buy. You're looking to catch 10 pips with the confidence that I give you, which is using Pip Hunter baseline overlay on the settings I have, using the Momentum Extreme Pip Hunter with the settings I showed you, and using the Trend Scout with the settings I've shown you as well. And yeah, that's how you can win. So hopefully you guys and girls can get your 10 pips, and I hope you love this video. And I know it's a bit long, but it's always good to be clear on a video, especially when it comes to strategies, so people can revisit it and watch it several times to consume all the information. And yeah, I hope you guys and girls have a lovely weekend, and let's get these pips. Come on, man. Big Joe's going to get you people to 100k. I'm going to get you to 100k this year. I ain't listening to none of that. This, and all that stuff. Don't worry. Get this strategy pattern down to a T. Get strategies pattern down to a T. If you use indicators or technical analysis only, whichever way you do it, don't care what other people tell you. Just find something that works for you. And once it works for you, get these pips. Don't worry, man. Slam them Lambo lots. Slam them. Don't listen to them. Slam that Lambo lot. Slam it. Don't worry about this year. By God's grace, everyone, 100K. 100K. Let's go.